Wonderful. So happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2022. I hope that you had a beautiful end of year and a wonderful start to this new and exciting year that we have ahead of us. My name is Cynthia. I work for Aura Cacao. I'm here every week, every Tuesday, either hosting or facilitating. Today, I will be facilitating and I will be guiding us through our ceremony. So for anyone that's new, you can always reach out to me. You can always reach out to our support email and I will get back to you. And just a little bit about myself. I am Guatemalan. I grew up between Guatemala and the States, California and Arizona. My journey began about, I think, 5 years ago now, maybe 6 years ago, when I first went to Peru, and I spent some time over there with a few different traditions that are from there, Shipibo and the Quero tribe from the Andes. And that really sparked a huge passion in me that I believe came from much long ago, long before I was probably born. So after that, I began studying more and more, and at some point cacao found its way into my life, and now I hold these spaces with Aura Cacao as well as sometimes on my own. I love infusing sound into our work with cacao, as I feel with any plant medicine, music and the medicine go hand in hand. Yeah, so I'll keep it short, and we can go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna pull up some of the things I wanted to note for today. All right. So let's take a moment. If you have any kind of sacred smoke with you or a candle nearby, you can go ahead and light that, whether it's sage or Palo Santo, and just begin tuning into the intention of blessing your space, blessing yourself, and opening up the space to receive the medicine of cacao and the medicine of the energy of today. I love working with the energies of the day according to the Mayan calendar, the Chorkij. This is considered the true Mayan count, and it is a sacred calendar that is lunar based with 260 days and 13-day cycles. It has 20 different energies that the grandfathers and the grandmothers observed throughout their time in nature and looking at the stars and just being and communicating with spirit. And in those 20 energies, they realized that they always happened in 13-day cycles. So we're constantly going through death and rebirth according to this tradition, which I really love because we're cyclical beings. So it really helps us start tuning into the ways of nature. So we'll be talking a bit about that today. Wonderful. So once you're ready, I invite you to bring your cup of cacao to the center of your heart. Just take a few moments here, perhaps closing the eyes, tuning into your breath. If you feel any tension in your breath, if you notice that you're breathing into your chest, try to bring that breath into your belly, into your center. And take a moment here to greet yourself. Ask yourself how you're doing, or let yourself know how you're doing like an old friend. And then take a moment to say hello to this cup of cacao in your hands. Giving gratitude for this opportunity to be back together again, or if it's your first time, for this opportunity to meet. letting the medicine of cacao know that we're each here to allow her to go into our deepest parts, the parts that most need it, so that she may show us our strengths and she may show us our weaknesses, to see with clarity through a compassionate heart. And now bring your cups up towards the sky. We give thanks to the heart of the sky, giving thanks to the stars, to the clouds, to the sun, to all the planets and their movements, their wisdom, their guidance. Giving thanks to this place of wisdom, this place of unconditional love, the place in which the great golden eagle and the condor fly free, teaching us about the balance between heart and mind. May the heart of the sky accompany us today in this circle, in this prayer, in these intentions, in these practices. Bringing our cups of cacao towards the earth, we give thanks to the heart of the earth. Thank you, Pachamama, for all that you give us, for holding us, for nurturing us. Thank you for your days of rain, for your days of sun. Thank you for your ebbs and flows. May we continue learning how to become more harmonious with you and how to live a cyclical life, bringing cups up back towards the heart and to the left. We give thanks to the heart of water, to the feminine essence, to the primordial fountain from which we all came, to the deep darkness that dwells within each of us, where our light is born, where our creations are born. Honoring this day of Oshib Imosh, 3 Imosh, we welcome these waters, connection to water. May the element of water accompany us through its highest wisdom. Bringing our cups of cacao to the right hand side, we give thanks and honor the heart of fire, Grandfather Fire, for his light, illumination, and heat, for his representation in all our relations with ourselves, with our loved ones, with our community, with the collective, the great collective mind. May these prayers and these practices be for the benefit of all our relations. Bringing our cups of cacao to the center, we give thanks to the heart of air, this place in which the higher mind resides, the wisdom of our ancestors, their dance, their words, their whispers. May our ancestors accompany us, giving us strength and guidance, showing us the way into thoughts of gold and words of gold, so that with each word we say, we plant a new seed of love. And lastly, we give thanks to the heart of cacao. Thank you to this ancient and sacred seed for all that you've given us, for the journey that you've taken in order to be in this cup in each of our hands, for the journey that you've taken in order for us to be interconnected, even through the screens. May you show us to open our hearts, to trust, to walk in integrity, to honor you and to honor the traditions that have cared for you. We give thanks and honor you. And now, before you take your first sip, I invite you to feel into your intention for today. Perhaps think of one word, and whatever that intention or word is, you can offer it to your cacao through a sweet whisper. And then offer your breath in gratitude. And then offer your breath in exchange for what you are receiving. Once you've done this, you can go ahead and take your first sip. So as you continue sipping on your cacao, I would like to share a prayer. Perhaps you can keep your eyes closed as you invite cacao into your depths with each sip and allow this prayer to wash over you. Great Spirit, you who dwells within all that is, with reverence and praise I offer you my gratitude, love, and thoughts. Help your children remember their path towards union with you. May the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth unite within their hearts for the highest good and the highest good of all. Awaken the blood within your children as the sacred waters of this earth. Awaken the heartbeats of your children as the sacred fire you have gifted us, our dance, passion, song, creation. Open their breath as the life force you have given us in the air, helping us to keep our thoughts elevated, and awaken their bodies as a sacred reflection of the never-ending love on this earth. Great Spirit, cleanse and open their vision, mind, heart, and body to receive your guidance and wisdom through this sacred drink we have prepared today, cacao, blood of the earth. May they come to know what faith is in your great mystery. Bring your children protection and ability to walk their path with strength, courage, and faith. Remove the obstacles in their path with your ineffable love so that they may enter the sacred temple of their heart where truth, trust, integrity, acceptance, and gratitude reign free. So I'm going to share a little bit about today's energy before we go into our meditation. And I do invite you to keep sipping on your cacao. That way perhaps you can already have drunk it all by the time we get into the meditation, since I'll invite you to lie down or get really comfortable, and we're going to be in that space for about 15 minutes. So today in the Mayan calendar count, it is 3 Imosh, and this is the third day of a 13-day cycle ruled by the energy of Kawok. And Kawok is the energy of the midwife. It's the energy of rain and thunder, of healing, of death and rebirth. It's a really powerful energy of basically of the medicine woman, and we all carry this energy within us, whether we're men or women. We all have a medicine man or a medicine woman within us. And so what I'm really feeling with this 13-day cycle is an invitation for us to empower ourselves in becoming our own healers, in creating our own healing protocol if that's something that we need, and in really creating our own process and looking inward for that guidance rather than looking outside of us, and trusting that that guidance is going to come to us. And so today we have, as I said, 3 Emosh. The energy of the number 3 can be seen in some opinions as unstable because, you know, if you have 4, it'd be like a table, but if you have 3, sometimes that table topples over. But in some of the things that I've seen here with the Mesoamerican traditions here in the Yucatan Peninsula, they actually use the 3 to symbolize the home and the hearth, I believe is how you pronounce it, hearth or hearth, I always forget which way. But it symbolizes the home, and it actually does symbolize this stability that we're given through the home. And typically 3 stones are used to hold the tablet where the tortillas are made in the home here in Central America. So 3 is also a number of creation, of manifestation, of creating security. And then we have the energy of Imosh, which is representative of the primordial waters. They're the waters from where everything comes from. They're the waters of the collective consciousness, symbolized by the crocodile and the water lily, which also represents death and rebirth. And Imosh is a very creative energy. So sometimes it can be seen as a little bit unstable depending on what number is accompanying this Nawal, this energy. Because it's so watery, because it's so immersed in the creative world, that it does sometimes need a little bit of stability. So I think it's kind of nice that we have the 3 accompanying us, because the 3 is asking us and pushing us to find ways to actually bring these dreams from the dream world into reality, like to stabilize them. And it's also an invitation to separate a little bit from the collective consciousness through this number 3, and finding our truth is, what our vision is, rather than what our vision is when it's influenced by the collective or when it's influenced by our families. So this is a great day to really sit with what it is that you really want. When all else goes away, what is it that your heart actually wants to create? What is your vision? What is your dream? So I'm going to be taking us through a little guided visual sound immersion that's hopefully you'll feel is very watery and creative to help you tune into these energies, and hopefully you can take that with you throughout this day and tune into these things that I just mentioned. Does anyone have any questions about this energy of today? Are we all feeling good? Awesome. All right, so if you'd like, you can take another few sips of your cacao and then get really comfy. You can lie down. You can sit. Yeah, I love what Hadia just shared. She said the triangle is known to be one of the most stable shapes architecturally. And yeah, I agree, and it also makes me think of the pyramid. I know the pyramid has the base of the 4, but at the end, it you know, it reaches up with the 3, and it's what's helping us call in the divine. Yeah, quite harmonious. So yeah, it's really interesting to see the different interpretations. Someone shared that they awoke with a kind of melancholy today. Yeah, and I think there's also a lot of water energy that's moving through. I found it really interesting the day that this new Trecena started, the Kawok Trecena. I was sitting just wanting to feel this energy, and it was kind of late at night, and then all of a sudden it started pouring rain, and like there was a lot of thunder, and there hasn't been a lot of rain here, and it's typically not rainy season here, and so it felt like I was like, oh wow, you know, this is Kawok literally came in this Trecena and is here to wash away many things, because Kawok is also, you know, some people can be a little bit afraid of it because it can also be seen as like a destructive energy, depending on what like facet you're looking at. You know, because when there's a big storm, it can destroy things and wash things away. But at the end of the day, it's washing things away in order for something new to be reborn. So that might be, you know, part of that energy that you're feeling because it's lots of water. All right.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Trish.
The land where I am, the water doesn't flow right now. It's frozen.
Wow.
We walk on it, right? And people ice fish and snowmobile and do all kinds of things. So I'm just curious, it seems like I feel silly asking the question, but how does that fit in? Because in this land up here, the water isn't flowing unless it's snowing, right? It'll snow. But you can look forever. We live in Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. Everything's
Yeah.
frozen. It's all frozen right now.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think it all depends on interpretation. And I guess my personal interpretation of that would be, you know, it's the winter time and it's very clear that it's the winter time over there with everything that's frozen. And so it's all about turning inward. And rather than focusing on the waters that are outside of us, it's time to focus on the waters that are inside of us and perhaps seeing where we need to give ourselves more warmth, where perhaps some coldness might have built. Um, that that's perhaps, you know, a way that you could interpret nature, and that's what these nawalas are all about. That's what these energies are all about. It's about feeling them and listening to what they're telling you. So it's a really interesting study, you know, because we can read all these things and there's so many wonderful sources to read about all this, but at some point, if you really want to start integrating it in yourself, you know, we have to start building our own practice and see if we can intuitively tune into their messages. And yeah, I think it's a beautiful practice. Thank you for asking that. All right, so let's get started. Um, Hopefully my levels are good, and if at any point sound is too loud or anything, feel free to type it in the chat. I'll keep my eye out just in case, but hopefully there won't be any issues. Nico shared that she intends to sit and let everything move through her. This is the way I'll work with water today. Yeah, beautiful. The sound is choppy on your end? No? Okay, everyone seems to be saying that we're good. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play. So let's go ahead and just get comfortable. If it's chilly around you, perhaps getting a blanket. That way you don't get cold in the middle of our concentration. And before I start playing, I'm just gonna invite you to begin taking a few deep breaths. We're gonna breathe into the belly, breathing in deeply, and holding at the top for a few moments, tuning into this pause, this silence, and slowly letting it out. And once you've let out all your air, holding it there, pausing, observing, finding the stillness within you, and breathing back in deeply into the belly, and holding at the top. Breathing back out slowly, patiently, and holding at the bottom. And returning to our normal breath. Can I get a thumbs up that we can hear that? Thank you. So I want to invite you to envision yourself at the edge of water. For now, you simply observe. Watch how the water moves back and forth with each sway. Observe how it touches the sand, how something mysterious pulls it back in, and something makes it pull back out. With each sway, it gets closer to you, closer to your feet, until it finally reaches you. And you allow yourself to get pulled in. Perhaps you begin walking deeper into the water, submerging yourself. What does it feel like to be surrounded by water? An ally is here to help you, to carry you into your creative temple, deeper into these primordial waters. It's a crocodile. Though you know not to be afraid, this crocodile is here to carry you, to hold you, to help you enter safely and held. Take a moment to just look into each other's eyes, greet each other. Perhaps this isn't the first time you meet, or perhaps it is. Either way, you notice that this crocodile is large enough for you to lay on, and so it invites you to get on its back as your vessel for voyage. Together, you begin to go into the center of this large body of water, coming more and more into contact with the original energies of creation, with the crystalline fountain of divinity, a place where all was born and all will be born, the place of your dreams and your visions. You make it to the center of this body of water, and here, as you lay on the crocodile's back, you simply are. Allow yourself to just be and feel into the miracle that is you. You came from here and will someday return. From here, you may give rise to your inspirational dreams. You may give rise to your truth. free from the influence of others, fully submerged in your authenticity. Perhaps you choose to dip your hands in the water and anoint yourself with it, washing away any mental blocks, any rules or limitations placed either by your influence from the collective and your own. Begin reaching deeper into the water until you decide you'd like to submerge yourself. So go in this realm, in this reality. You have the ability to breathe underwater. Allow yourself to be completely surrounded. It is in this space that you may tune into your vision, that you may tune into this new cycle. What wants to be born through you? Don't think, feel. In this space, feel how you have the ability to turn into a beautiful water lily. Water lilies have the power of submerging themselves to create their fruit and coming out once more to propagate, to grow, to spread their seed. This is the symbol of Emosh, the essence of birth, ultimately the circle of life we are all a part of. What will this water lily symbolize for you? What is its guiding message? After resting in the night of my soul, my petals unfold. After resting in the night of my soul, I see myself whole. My petals unfold, I see myself whole. No mud, no lotus, no mud, no lotus, no mud, no lotus, no mud, no lotus. It's time for you to go back to shore. As you come out of the water, your ally joins you to take you back. You get back on the crocodile, and you gently make your way back to shore. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Taking a deep breath here. And slowly, as you let it out, you can begin getting back in your body, whether that's moving your hands or your feet, or slowly opening your eyes. And take your time as I read this prayer for honoring observation. Because when we honor observation, we're able to see more clearly, we're able to listen and to take integrous action. This prayer is by Pixie Light Horse. Thank you for this day of watchfulness. Give me the perception to notice the changes taking place inside of me. Help me see them clearly reflected in my environment. Take me deep into the hermitage of my spirit to ponder the here and now and foresee the challenges. Purify my filters so that I can understand my connection to all living things and my place in the universe. Align my attentions with the stars and all that lies beyond this form. Illuminate me with the glow of contemplation. Let me study what I see on the ground long before I come to conclusions and longer before I speak. Bless me with an untroubled, uncrowded mind as I bring the whole picture into radical focus. As I witness the unfoldment of the world before me, help me to consider everything at work. Swell my vision by showing me the critical moving parts in this constellation of life. Soften my brow. Help me hold my gaze. Allow me to glimpse the shape-shifting of evolution. Allow my meditations to produce this kind of stillness that spots the detection of movement. Calm my fears about what I see. Show me the light and the dark, the forward movement and the setbacks. Show me the oneness that lies above and beyond opposing ideas. Let me tune into all channels in order to derive refined insights and evaluations. When I am ready to communicate, let me be sure that I will be heard by those who care to conference about such findings. Err me on the side of brevity and help me gather comrades who appreciate and can offer their clear deductions as well. Monitor my heartbeat, which echoes in time with earth. Beat a drum inside of me that connects the soil to the sky. Help me pay attention to be an intruder between she and the villages of people, asking that each give to one another in equal amounts. Thank you for this day of honoring observation. I'd like to invite us into 3 journal prompts that connect us to this energy of Emosh today. I'll type them in the chat as well. But the questions are, in which places of my life is my magic found? What has awakened in me or is wanting to awaken within me? And what more do I need in order to feel held by something greater than myself? We'll have about 6 to 7 minutes. And they are now in the chat for anyone that needs to see them. Okay, so I'll just give a few moments to wrap up. Cynthia shared the words creation, rebirth, and the divine. I feel like that has to do with the question of what has awakened in me or is wanting to awaken within me. I'd love to open up the space if anyone wants to share perhaps their response to one of the prompts. And then we haven't done any dancing in a while, so I did choose a song for us to move to if you all feel like that. If not, we can just move straight into sharing. I'd love to know how everyone's feeling after the meditation though. Perhaps you can type in the chat if you would like to do some movement or if you would prefer to just move into sharing and speaking with each other. Yes, movement. Awesome. We'll go with some movement. Yeah, so my invitation with this song, I'll probably cut it off after maybe like 4 or 5 minutes, just so that we have some time to share. But yeah, my invitation with this, of course, is to see how maybe your body expresses water, the element of water, and what that looks like in you. I hope you enjoy this dance. All right, lovelies. Feel free to make your way back. I hope you enjoyed that movement. Got to flow a little bit. All right, so I'd love to open up the space for some sharing. As I always mention, we never know what wisdom or what medicine you might bring to another in this circle through your share. So feel free to know this is an open and safe space, and you may also share it in the chat, and I'll read it out loud for anyone that's watching the recording as well. I'll share really quick what Tamara shared in the chat. She said, "What an incredible journey. Cruising with the crocodile is extremely powerful. I felt so much support. Thank you for the reminder of our sovereignty and self-care and ritual. The beginning of a poem came up today." Oh, did you share the beginning of this poem, or see, like, it looks as though you were going to keep writing? I'm not sure. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay. Sure, I can share it. I think I meant to put a period instead of a colon, but no worries. It's super short. But elevate your energy, illuminate the mind space, cultivate sovereignty, reclaim your place. That's kind of what came up today. So thank you so much. That was such a beautiful soundscape that you created, and it was really, really powerful.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for sharing that beautiful poem. It also makes me think of the invitation we just made through our newsletter yesterday, to think of a word or two to be like your guiding light or your pillar for this year. And so, you know, sovereignty sounds like a really great one. Sovereignty was my word last year, and it was really powerful to carry that word with me throughout the year, and a really great reminder. So yeah, perhaps inviting you all to tune into what your word or two words might be for this year, to carry you through as a reminder of what you're wanting to embody or expand into. I see her smiling as though she's going to say something.
Yeah, it's funny because I had written down like to think of my word for the year. So it's funny that you brought it through. But I'll share what came up for me. And I don't know if it was any question in particular, but just the reminder that magic is found in connecting with nature, and yeah, just I'm reminded of how much guidance and magic there is in our surroundings and in surrendering. And I feel like that's something we get a lot of examples from in nature and Pachamamas. And I kind of got this image of like a seed slowly coming into, its blossom into a flower, like that slow unraveling, and remembering that is part of the process to, in that awakening. It is a very slow process, and we often don't see the phases that happen. So that's kind of what came through for me today. And to remember, like, to pick that word and to know that it's not just the year. It's constantly going to carry me through many years. I like my word last year. I can still see elements of it unfolding to today. So yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Hadia. Yeah, there's so much magic to be found in nature. What I started writing that I wasn't even expecting to write to that prompt was that there's magic in literally everything that we do. It just depends on what lens we want to look at it with. So, there's magic in the fact that we wake up every morning, that we've each gotten to wake up and our body chooses to wake us up. There's magic in the alchemy of the food that we make and all the delicious tastes that we get to experience. And so, yeah, it's just finding the magic in all the little things. I'm going to share what In Tune shared. I don't know your name, but it says, yes, this was a great first experience for me. It was super powerful. I felt it with all my senses. You've created an amazing environment to help me navigate through this beautiful meditation. Thank you. Thank you, new friend. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Is there anyone else that would like to share before we say our goodbyes? Yeah, I think we've all been very, very inward these past few sessions. So totally understand, and I honor all of you in that. And I'm just grateful for everyone that showed up today, for the new people. Welcome to the community. We hope to see you again. And for everyone that shows up every week, thank you so much. It feels so great to see you and to feel supported in this circle, in this container that we all get to create together. And yeah, just giving thanks to all the elements, to the air, to the water, to the earth, and to the fire. Giving thanks to Cacao for helping us tune into these energies, for going deep into our cells, into our energies, into our minds, into our bodies. And may Cacao continue guiding us with clarity to tune into the energy of today, of the primordial waters and creativity, moving through anything we're being asked to move through right now, and remembering that we're always supported and that there is always something going on beneath the surface, even if we don't see it. And just giving thanks to each and every one of you, giving thanks to this space. I'm wishing you all a beautiful, beautiful week. And I know we just had a new moon a few days ago, so happy belated new moon. I'm wishing blessings for all your intentions and all the seeds that you're planting. May you find rest in these days, tuning into the natural flow of these times, asking us to turn inward, continue reflecting, continue refining, and attuning. I'm sending you all so much love. And I invite you to unmute yourselves, to say goodbye, wish each other well, and we'll see each other next Tuesday. Much love, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Aloha.
Much
Thank
love.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.